Hi there, warm welcome. You're watching Times Now's Blueprint Explosive Exclusive with me, Meghna Deka. Well, today on the show, we are going to be discussing the massive Nataka over Naukris in Karnataka. Well, yes, that's right. It's a massive decision by the Karnataka government. The Siddaramaiah-led cabinet has cleared a bill which mandates that job reservation for Kannadigas in all the private industries in the state. Now, as per the draft policy that we are getting you the details of, the bill mandates hiring 50% local candidates in management category posts and about 70% local candidates in the non-management category posts. Essentially, the lower level jobs will have about 70% and the upper level jobs and the mid-level jobs would be 50% of local quota. However, this new bill has caused a massive stir amongst the top industry voices as they vehemently have opposed this bill. In fact, Times Now has managed to access the draft of this bill. We are getting you the details of the draft bill on our screens as well as the breakup of what really is going to be top management and middle management. The bill talks about the proposal of 50% reservation for Kannadigas in management categories. Now, this includes management, supervision, technical operation, administration, as well as the higher position roles. Now, this bill was cleared by the cabinet. It has also discussed the proposal mandating 70% reservation for locals in job roles which are related to non-management category. Now, what really does that imply? We're going to get you the details of that. It means unskilled labor such as clerical, unskilled, semi-skilled, IT and IT-enabled services, as well as contractual and casual workers. 70% in this category that we are getting you the details of. So the Siddaramaiah government seems to be rather confused, many have said, over the bill because there have been several flip-flops since morning since we started reporting this story. First, the Chief Minister put out a social media post last night on the bill mentioning about 70% reservations in the C and D categories, 100% reservation, I beg your pardon, in the C and D categories of the private sector. Today, the post from the Chief Minister's official handle, however, was deleted, which grabbed a lot of attention. So, after he said there'll be 100% quota, then the next tweet which came out, this time around, there was no mention of 100% quota. Instead, it talked about the 70% quota. The new post only talks about 50% in reservation in management roles and about 75% in job quota reservations in the non-management. The new bill clearly did not go down too well with some of the top voices which are coming in, the top titans of technology who are sitting there in the IT hub of Bengaluru. They have decried the bill on social media. In fact, the likes of Mohan Pai, who's the chairperson of Aryan, and several others like Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, all of them have quipped that this recruitment, as per the government norms, is going to cost the meritocracy of the IT hub. And not just that, they've also spoken about how at the end of it, people like Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw have said that this move should not affect the leading tech position of the states. Many have talked about if brand Karnataka is going to take a hit as well. In fact, NASSCOM has also come down very heavily on the bill, saying that this move will result in exodus of companies from the state of Karnataka. So the Congress government has now accepted that there is a lot of anger elicited by this bill, but unfortunately for them, even their own ally, the CPIM, is now coming out calling this bill regressive and retrograde. In fact, the CPI has said that the decision would impact the entire country's unit. The party has also urged Rahul Gandhi as well as Mallikarjun Kharge to intervene. So let's get you some of those reactions.
It is a highly retrograde step against the spirit of national integration. This kind of parochial feelings would lead to a situation where people belonging to different linguistic groups would be campaigning against each other. So I want Congress High Command, both AICC President Mr. Kharge, who happens to be from Karnataka, and Mr. Rahul Gandhi to intervene and prevent the Congress-led Karnataka state government from moving with a highly parochial and regressive stance.
Well, after this came to light, a lot of criticism came to light. The Karnataka ministers responded to the raging debate over this new bill. In fact, Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar himself reacted to the decision, saying that the goal of the government is to ensure that Kannadigas get a certain percentage of the jobs, and it is Karnataka first. In fact, responding to the apprehensions which have been expressed already, D.K. has said that the government's ready to make an exemption. We are going to discuss it. Listen in to how the government is trying to assuage the fears of India Inc.
No investors has to worry. We want all investors to come to Karnataka. There are certain sections of the people who are well talented outside the state. We want them to work in Karnataka. We don't want to harm anyone. We are just looking, we will give them a scope. There are some suggestions which has come on this issue. We are just looking at it. There are various organizations, but we know the sentiments of various IT, BT people, technicians. We will just look at their angle. They discuss. Myself, my Chief Minister, we are very much concerned. My Industries Minister is concerned. My IT, BT Minister is concerned on this. It is just a labor issue which has been come. We will come back to you.
Well, in fact, let me go across to our panelists. Joining us today on the show, we have G.S. Prashant, the BJP spokesperson. Also, Dr. Nikul Patel is joining us, a leader with the Congress. Now, I'm going to come to you first, Mr. Prashant, because as you just heard, we had the Deputy Chief Minister, D.K. Shivakumar, and others also coming out and saying, it's important for us to ensure that Kannadigas get the first right on the resources of Karnataka. Many have said this is, after all, the federal structure of our entire nation. What's wrong if they want to ensure that the youth of Karnataka actually get these jobs?
Meghna, firstly, as BJP, we stand for Kannada pride, Kannada culture. Also, we believe in cooperative federalism. But it should not come at the cost of national integration and national unity. Because what Congress is trying to do here is divide people on one hand, and another, the major thing is to divert attention from the scams that the Congress is in now. The Muda scam, where the CM is directly involved in, the Valmiki scam of 187 crores, where a minister had to resign, and the SCPTP scam, in which money belonging to scheduled caste and tribe has been misappropriated or wanted to be used for different things. To divert this, they're bringing this. But if you look at the larger issue of whether this quota should be brought in, are they not supposed to empower the citizens of Karnataka by giving them good quality education and saying that we will compete with the best in the world? Because Karnataka and Bangalore is today the what we call a Silicon Valley of the country and the startup capital, and it's built by people from across the country. Are we saying that the tech company should wind up and go away? It's not the case. We want the best of the talent, including Kannadigas, people from Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, wherever there is talent, Bangalore and Karnataka will attract talent, which is why we'll be on the global map. This probably Congress is trying to divide people and divert the attention.
Okay, so important points that you have raised. Two, three important points that you have raised. I'm going to take that across to the Congress.
Empowering the people.
I'm going to come back to you. But let me get in. Dr. Nikul Patel, you must answer 2-3 of the points. I'll take them one by one. First point which is being raised is that why give quotas when you can instead ensure meritocracy? Why not give them good education where you don't need to put in quota? Why would you say that the youth of Bangalore, the youth of Karnataka would not get through their merit? Have you undermined them, Dr. Nikul Patel?
No, we have not undermined them. The Karnataka government had thought that let us try to give the job opportunities to the local people, and that is why we want to support them. If Gujarat, I can show you an article of 2018 where Gujarat Chief Minister had said that time that 80% should be given to the Gujaratis. Now the different kind of perspective what my BJP counterpart is telling, the home state of Pradhan Mantri is telling. Even in Maharashtra, if you see, people have advocated for Marathi and local people. So when it's not like that, we are creating not meritorious. We want to just create an opportunity for the local people.
Mr. Prashant, it's not just the Congress. In Haryana, before it was, of course, squashed by the High Court, it's still pending in the Supreme Court. In Haryana, in Maharashtra, as well as in Gujarat, there have been voices from your own party which are supporting what they are calling putting the state first.
Meghna, see, at any point in time, we are not saying that the state's interest should suffer or the state should lag. As long as there is a healthy competition between the states, ultimately Bharat is winning. Because if Karnataka is number one in production, Tamil Nadu will want to catch up, Gujarat will catch up. Ultimately, Bharat is winning. At the same time, you can't say that we will drive away talent and try to impose a particular rule which the industry would not like it, because we are not saying that the government should run for the industry. But ultimately, whose foot Karnataka
But why should the yardstick be different for a Congress ruled state and a BJP ruled state?
And people from across have come here and worked.
G.S. Prashant, why should the yardstick be different? If you are criticizing the Congress ruled state of Karnataka, then you should also criticize the Haryana government, which till date their appeal is pending in the Supreme Court. They also want domicile quota. Why not criticize them?
Meghna, see, it is not about domicile quota. It's about what you want to push in. If you want to say, have some sort of a preference for them, but if you're saying merit should not at all be considered, as long as if you take an example of a skilled engineer from a different state who's probably fared better in the interview, you're saying don't give him the job, instead give it to somebody who will not qualify your own set standards. That's wrong. What we're saying, let locals be given preference. We are not against it. We are not against the language. It's not, the debate is not about the language. It's about the meritocracy in the administration.
So you're saying merit should matter as much as the domicile. But Dr. Nikul Patel, BJP and the Congress may have found some common ground here. It is your own alliance partner, the left, which has literally ripped apart this bill of yours as being completely regressive, retrogressive, and saying that it is going to hamper brand Karnataka itself. How are you going to respond to your own alliance partners, Dr. Nikul Patel?
Firstly, D.K. Shivakumar had replied to it, and I would like to repeat it, that nothing is going to affected by such kind of bill. It is going to give the preference to the local people, and whenever we are discussing about the reservation of the local people into the job, that gives more opportunity to people. We are not restricting any meritorious people, and we are not restricting any of the country's people. Everybody is going to get an opportunity, and that is what our objective is by bringing this bill.
Dr. Nikul Patel, why is the Chief Minister tweeting, untweeting, then retweeting, then deleting, then retweeting another one? Why did the quotas go from 100% to a 70% last I checked? And there have been several back and forth, so that's why I'm saying last I checked it was at 70%. Why is it that all your Congress leaders came out and saying that this is for us to ensure that it is Karnataka first? Now suddenly all the voices seem to be much tamer, and they're coming out and saying that we are open for consultations. Why the consultations will happen? We are so very confident about this step. Would you say that there is now a serious blowback that the Congress Sarkara must be feeling, Dr. Nikul Patel?
See, we are not like Bharatiya Janata Party that one thought process come in the mind of Pradhan Mantri and it will become a policy at the night. We take the opinion, feedback of everyone, and then we feel that this is the best policy that we can design for. Don't speak in between, sir. Then we can design that it is the best policy for the people of the state, because we are being elected government for the Karnataka. But if you see what Pradhan Mantri is doing on nightmare, he is bringing something and he dreams something, and tomorrow is the policy and people will start has to suffer. We are not like that. We are discussing with all, and whatever is the best for the Karnataka, will do it.
Okay, that's an interesting answer. G.S. Prashant, the Congress is saying, so what? We've just said that we are open to consultation. That's because we are more democratic in our decision making.
See, we know how democratic Congress is by now diverting the scams of the CM and other ministers to divert this, bringing this up. And they're talking so much about local culture and other things. Rahul Gandhi should have learned Malayalam before even contesting elections in Kerala. When he lost, he did not do that. He did not even visit. Indira Gandhi won from Chikmagalur in Karnataka.
That is not the point of
Indira Gandhi even
discussion
knew the language? They don't do that. So therefore, what Congress tries to bring out, what suits their leaders.
This is not about language. However, Rahul Gandhi perhaps can't go and contest from there, but I'll take the first point of what GS Prashant had said. Dr. Nikul Patel, he says this is a diversion from all the scams that the Congress is facing right now in Karnataka. They want to quickly come up with something which is populist and feel good.
No, there is nothing to divert from the current topics that are going into the state. We are coming with the policy that will help the people of the Karnataka, and definitely the actions has been taken, and you must have seen that how everything is moving into the state by forming a SIT, and even there is a removal of the minister from his post. So that is not like that. We are not like Bharatiya Janata Party, even that sports person are sitting for dharna and the minister was not removed from his post.
Okay, GS Prashant, final word?
No. Yes. Now, on the Muda scam, the CM is directly involved. His election affidavit did not show about it. Now, he says he did not know that his land was acquired, that he did not know that the sites were being sold, and he is sleeping over it. And he sets up one SIT wherein he wants them to give clean check. And the Maharshi Valmiki Corporation scam of 187 crores. On the floor of the house, Siddaramaiah says, look, this is not 187 crores, only 89 crores. He clarifies it at saying only 89 crores, 69 lakhs is misappropriation.
We are digressing
and not
from
187
here.
Crores.
But I think one interesting takeaway from here was the mention of Rahul Gandhi saying if Rahul Gandhi were to try and get a job, there's a possibility he's not going to make the domicile if he were to contest from here. I'm not sure how we ended up in that parallel, but either ways, it's been an interesting conversation, GS Prashant as well as Dr. Nikul Patel. It's interesting for us to see how this is going to go forward. Remember, so far it is only a draft bill. Now the Karnataka government has ensured and promised that they are going to have wider consultations with all the stakeholders involved. So how will this bill shape up? And also at the end of it, can it cross the legal hurdles which Haryana government so far hasn't? We'll have to wait and watch. Thank you so much for joining us. Without a short break, we join you again in 2 minutes.